UFOs may be coming from parallel worlds. This is what a former director of French video intelligence claims. That's what he believes. Thursday, April 16, 2020, for the first time, a former director of the French Foreign Intelligence Service, DGSE, Alain Juliet, speaks without taboo on topics that, for many, is still unknown flying objects. With his vast experience in thinking outside the box, he advocates a realistic approach in order to solve a very important mystery, bypassing the dogmatic believers and the skeptical opponents of similar theories. Alain Juliet is one of the high-profile speakers who, among politicians, scientists, and the military, contributes his opinion to a new documentary entitled OVNIs, une affaire d'État, that is, UFOs, affair of the state. It's directed by Dominique Filho. He says there is a term that is being repeated more and more, often among experts in the field. It's the idea of non-human intelligence. This term is interesting because it does not disprove the extraterrestrial hypothesis, but includes other theories about the nature of the phenomenon, sums up director Filho, who since childhood had an image of spectacular testimonies from relatives who had observed unexplained phenomena. The recording further strengthens his beliefs. The phenomenon has been felt. He was lucky enough to be able to film a meeting of Sigma 2 commissioners studying UFOs in a rigorous and scientific manner, such as with Senator Harry Reid on the origins of the U.S. Department of Defense ATIP research program. All these interviews confirmed his intuitions. The succession of testimonies and analysis on UFOs shows one thing. It's a matter of states. There are UFOs, at least as a study, but their nature remains unclear. He says assumptions about the nature of these objects are not limited to extraterrestrial origin. Parallel worlds, time travelers, nothing can be ruled out. There is also a stylistic trend that explores the links between consciousness and the UFO effect, and that is one point we look at in the film, he says. He says in the case of close encounters, the phenomenon seems to interact with the conscious of the witnesses. This is also the case with some U.S. Navy fighter pilots. Quote, when they observed these phenomena, these objects seemed to predict the reaction of the pilots as if they could read their minds, end quote. As usual, the UFO issue has a long way to go, but it can be a less dangerous journey if properly investigated. In any case, this is the belief of Alain Juliet, the former French intelligence agent who appears in the documentary and from whom we share an interview below from Paris Match. Although he does not declare himself a UFO enthusiast, he finds the phenomenon quite interesting. Among other things, this is what he states. We should not say that it is nonsense, but we should recognize that there are things that escape us. It's obvious that these machines or these appearances do not work according to the laws of the earth, and in particular that they are not subject to gravity. The question that arises is, has a country developed a system that allows gravity to escape? 20 years ago, I would have answered, why not? But today, if a country in the world had made such a discovery, we would know. No progress of this magnitude can be kept secret. It's impossible, he said. It seems incomprehensible to us, but from there we can go very far to the possible existence of parallel worlds. By comparison, a fly with its multifaceted eyes can see dimensions other than our own, even though it lives in our world. So maybe there are things that exist in our universe, but that we cannot see at normal times because they are not in our field of vision. But maybe from time to time something happens, like a phenomenon that goes beyond our perception before it disappears. I'm not talking about little green people, he says. I have the impression that I follow the same approach as some scientists and astronomers who simply say to themselves, something is missing. And I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.